depression, थोड़ा anxiety, थोड़ा सब कुछ मिला के आज हम बात करेंगे. We have all been through depression and anxiety, even if we say we have not. And be it right now or be it 60 years in the past, everybody has gone through some phase of depression. पहले इसके लिए एक word नहीं था, एक term नहीं था. And now there's a term for it. There's this weird word called depression. There's this weird word called anxiety. It's very difficult to understand what is actually depression, what phase you're going through. And not every sad emotion is depression. Depression वो होता है जब तुम्हारे साथ बहुत कुछ खराब होता जाता है to the point you break down. तब आपको रोने का मन नहीं करता, तब आपको हंसने का भी मन नहीं करता, एक इमोशनलेस, एक नम वाले फेज में आ जाते हो. We start to get used to it. We practice getting used to it, which is wrong. Depression is not something to play with, and it's not something to make fun of. हर किसी को depression नहीं होता. Let me be very clear about this. Many people I personally know, have told me several times कि bro, I don't know man, I think I'm going through depression. Going through depression, if you're going through depression, you won't even have the strength to stand up from your bed or eat. You'll feel like no hunger, no emotion, nothing. That is depression. And to overcome that, you have to identify the problem of your depression. But कुछ लोगों को ऐसा लगता है depression is anything which we get sad on. Like जब भी हम sad होते हैं, we think it's depression. Bro, I'm going through a phase of depression. I think I need medicine. I need a psychiatrist. No. First identify the problem, then talk to a senior member in your family. Tell them what is going on. Opening up is the best medicine during depression. Be it anxiety, be it panic attacks. बहुत सारे ऐसे दादाजी हैं, दादी जी हैं जो बोलते हैं कि ये सब कुछ नहीं होता, ये नाटक है. It is not natak. Mental strength is very, very, very important in all of our lives. It is like a small holdback, let's just say you're in a locked room, you're trying to find that key, and that key goes under a huge queen size bed and you just can't get your hand inside it. It holds you back, success say. So until and unless you actually identify it, firstly identify it as depression, then move on to finding the reason of depression. And then go find yourself, find your happiness, find your safe corner, find a person who you can share everything to. That is mental strength. Your mental strength is extremely important for your physical strength and vice versa. So आज मैं इसीलिए वो rant कर रही हूँ क्योंकि I have a very personal friend of mine. Her name is Srijoni Roy. She is the guest in our today's video. She'll be talking about depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and how she has become a survivor of it and is using those emotions, those overwhelming emotions of becoming a survivor to help others. Her company, Magic Heal. So let's talk about our guest today. So our today's guest, her name is Srijoni Roy. She is a corporate communication specialist, celebrity management specialist, film line producer, and an event organizer. She's now the proud owner of Magic Heal, and she's now into depression counseling and being a life coach. Let's get to know about her. Let's get to know about her story, and let's learn something from it. Hi Srijoni, thank you so much for coming to my channel. So my first question is, how had trauma affected you in your pre-treatment life?
Hi. To start with, how the trauma has affected my pre-treatment life, I will just say a small story about it, how I was being affected by trauma. So in 2014, on 24th of November, I was supposed to get married with a guy with whom I had 6 long years of relationship. On 22nd of November, just 2 days before my wedding ceremony, my dad suddenly passed away because of a major cardiac arrest. Before that, I have never seen my dad to be unwell other than just having a little bit of fever or stomach upset or something like that. So on 22nd of November, suddenly early in the morning, he had a major cardiac arrest, and when I took him to the hospital, the doctor declared him dead, and that also when he was at home only. So from that moment onwards, everything in my life has changed, because my house was full of relatives, because I was supposed to get married just 2 days after. Now, instead of everyone bidding me farewell for my sasural, I was bidding my dad farewell. And my mom was extremely upset. She was constantly getting fainted, and I was unable to control her. I didn't get any time to cry. I didn't get any time to think about that I don't have my father with me. The only thing I was constantly doing for those days was a medicine that I was completely addicted to it, and it was like that without that medicine I was not being able to sleep. So I took the medicine for 6 months, and after that I thought I have to do something, because if it continues this way, I will not get sleep, I will not be able to be normal without this medicine, and I can feel that I was getting addicted to this medicine. So I consulted with my family doctor, because I have not told my family doctor at that point of time also that I am taking antidepressant pills, and he asked me to stop it immediately. I tried. It took me 1 long year to stop the medicine and to come back to the normal position. Then something happened in my professional field also, where I again got depressed. I again went for a counseling session. Again that doctor asked me to have that medicine, and I was determined that I'm not going to have that medicine. Then I started researching about how can I get rid of depression in the most natural way. And I have started studying, I have done many online courses, I have started researching, and after that, slowly, obviously it took me a long time, because I was not going for any counsel, because at that point of time there was no counseling process which will treat your depression in the most natural way. So I got into the online courses, I found it out how to get rid of perfectly fine, and even if I get a little bit of depression, I know how to get rid of it in the most natural way. So I think getting depression is very normal. It can happen with anyone. But the only problem is that we in the society, we think that it's a taboo. We get scared, we feel shy to tell it to someone, because we think that people will think we are mad, we are insane, we are psycho, because that happened with me also. When I went for the counseling for the first time, I was a bit shy. What will happen if anyone sees me? If anyone from my known areas see me that I'm going to a psychiatrist? And it actually happened when I was in the hospital and was waiting for the counselor's appointment. Suddenly, one auntie from my area was there in the hospital and was waiting for some other doctor's appointment. She came and asked me, being able to save my dad, why I failed to save my dad. And every time I used to go out, I used to see the happy father and daughter, I used to get jealous, I used to feel bad, and then slowly I realized I have to stop this, I have to do something, because if I keep on continuing this, then I will not be able to lead a happy life to chodo. I will not be able to lead a life only, because the more I will think about it, the more I will repent about it, the more depressed I will be. And so that was the most traumatic experience that I had in my life.
What is actually the most frightening, the most deadliest experience of your life?
As I've told, the most traumatic experience that I have faced in my life is when my dad passed away, when he has left us in such a moment when we all were supposed to be happy. but suddenly he left us. And after that, the moments from the moment when I started to having those nightmares that dad is coming to my dreams and he's asking me to save his life, I could see tears in his eyes. And in my dreams I was trying to go and touch my dad, I was trying to go and save my dad, and I was not being able to do that. And constantly I was having a feeling within myself that I am a failure, I am a very bad daughter, I couldn't save my dad. I took him to the hospital, maybe it was late. If I could have reached earlier, I could have saved his life. But all these things are the traumatic experience of my life, because we all know when a person has to leave this world, he or she will leave this world, so we can't do anything for that. But still within our subconscious mind, within our inner feeling, we have the inner feelings that gosh, we could do something for the person whom we love the most. And that was the thing that happened within me, why I was not being able to save my dad, why I failed to save my dad. And every time I used to go out, I used to see the happy.
So, do you find yourself avoiding things that you associate with your dark memories? Do you find yourselves, pushing them away?
See, you can't avoid the dark memories of your life. That will come to your mind sometime, obviously, when I am happy, or I am going for any wedding, or I am having some good food that my dad used to love. I always think about him. So those are not dark memories, those are good memories. But the dark memory is his passing away. Obviously that comes to my mind, and the only way I avoid is that not to think about it too much. I think only about the happy moments I have with my life, and whenever that moment of my dad passing away comes to my mind, I try to divert it to some happy incidents that I have with him. Or I try to meditate, I try to go to sleep, I listen to good music, and I feel the only way I can come out from any dark memories of my life is that keeping my mind in peace. I can't control my subconscious mind, but I can control my conscious mind. So the only way I can get rid of the dark memories is that I have to keep myself happy, I have to be in peace. And for doing that, there are certain things that I practice, like I practice meditation, I listen to good music, I watch a film, I read good books, I read philosophical book, I read inspirational book, or whatever I want to do, I do, which will make me happy, to not to think about or not to repent about all those dark memories I have in my life. So that's the only way I feel I can get rid of that dark memories. Obviously it varies from person to person, it varies from incidents to incidents, it varies from what mental pressure you have, or the reasons for being depressed. Obviously it varies from person to person and the problems to problems. So only suggestion I will give, whenever you will think about, or whenever those dark memories will come to your mind, try to divert your mind to some happy or good memories or incidents that you have in your life, and slowly obviously you will be able to have peace within your life. Obviously that will take some time, that needs some practices, but if you practice it regularly, obviously you also can get rid of those moments.
Magic Heal is an amazing initiative. What actually pushed you to do it?
What pushed me to start Magic? It's a very important thing that I should discuss with you, because during I was studying about this depression counseling, premarital counseling, relationship counseling, and all other forms of psychological disorders. I was studying this for a long time. And when this lockdown happened, and I could see that all my friends, my family members, they all are getting depressed because of this lockdown, because they were under stress. What will happen to their job? How will they earn money? Some of them lost their job, some of them had no clue about how will they earn money, and slowly they were getting into depression. I was reading in newspapers, I was checking out on news, on social media, that there are so many people who are committing suicide out of this depression. And I thought this is the high time that I should do something for the society, where I can my little bit of knowledge and my little bit of experience can help people to have a happy life, where I can save people from committing suicide, or where I can help people from coming out from this depression. So I found this lockdown period has actually forced me to start something like Magic Hill, where I can help people to come out from the depression or from any other mental problems or disorders they have. And they should come out and they should discuss about it. There are two things that happens, from this depression. So I found this lockdown period has actually forced me to start something like Magic Hill, where I can help people to come out from the depression or from any other mental problems or disorders they have. And they should come out and they should discuss about it. There are two things that happens, sometimes we feel much more ease to discuss our personal problems or whatever stresses we are having, or the reasons for being anxious or being depressed. It's easier for us to share with someone who is not at all known to us. Or another thing also happens, we sometimes feel that we can't disclose ourselves easily to any stranger because he or she will not be able to understand me. So it's easier to discuss that with friends. So I thought both of these things happens, because when I first went to the psychiatrist, I was very shy whether I will be able to discuss my personal problems with a completely unknown person, but I did. So it also varies from person to person. Some feels it easier to discuss your problems with strangers, some feels it easier to discuss their problems with their friends or families. So I am here to help everyone, my friends, my family members, the people whom I don't know, to them also. So the main reason for opening Magic Hill is that I want to help people.
So lastly, any words of happy survival to all those people who are struggling from anxiety and depression? Any words of wisdom?
The words for happy survival is that, see, ups and downs in life will come. You have to feel within yourself, whatever comes in your life, you will overcome it. You are the strongest, you are the most courageous person in this world, and keeping these things in mind. And another most important thing that you should have within yourself is that you should always feel positive. Never think about any negative things. Whenever any negative thoughts will come to your mind, take a deep breath and then think everything will be fine. Be positive, be the strongest, be the most courageous person to fight whatever comes in your life. If you can deal with the good times of your life, you also have the power to deal with the bad times in your life. So the only way to be happy, the only way to have peace in your life is that be positive. Think about the good things about your life. Think how privileged you are to. So always be happy, always be positive, always think that you are the strongest, you are the courageous. Whatever comes in your life, you can overcome it. That's the only mantras in life to be happy.
Thank you so much, Srijoni. It was amazing to have you on my channel. I know you've inspired more than just me, but anyone who has, who has watched this video has been inspired by your words and your experience. Thank you so much. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, press that like button, press that subscribe button and click on that bell notification to never miss another update from me. If you have any suggestion videos or anything relating to the videos, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to give me your suggestions privately, then I will link my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter in the description box below. So please go check it out, and I'll link my previous vlogs link in the description box below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.
Why am I
Press that bell icon and never miss another update from the Banter.
You're a picture in a frame.